I ended up making an accidental capsule wardrobe, so why not take advantage of it? Hi, my name is Sarah, and welcome to my channel, which is all about sewing and styling a handmade wardrobe. I noticed that a lot of the pieces that I've been making for this fall and winter actually go together really well, and that was not intentional. I didn't plan that ahead of time. I just realized that a lot of the pieces went together, and so I decided to pull together a 10 by 10, partly to take advantage of these new pieces going together so well, and partly because I don't think that I've done a transitional fall to winter 10 by 10 before, and I kind of wanted to give myself the challenge. Just quickly, if you're not familiar with a 10 by 10, it's where you choose 10 pieces of clothing from your wardrobe, and you wear those same clothes for 10 days, making 10 different outfits. I do find winter 10 by 10s to be way more challenging because I have to wear more clothes, and layering is very important, but I thought it would be really fun to just give myself the challenge. I did make it a little bit easier on myself in that I chose 10 clothing items for this challenge and I did not count my accessories. So I'm just going to introduce you to each of the pieces that I have included in this capsule, and then I'll send you to the footage of me wearing each outfit, and then I'll come back at the end and let you know my reflections and what I learned from this challenge and whether I enjoyed it. So starting off, like I said, I'm not counting accessories or outerwear as part of the 10 pieces, but I did go ahead and decide to choose a select number of items that I just re-wore for the whole challenge just to make my life simpler. And because coats are heavy and all my bags are in their dust bags and I didn't want to get them out, I didn't go ahead and drag them up here to show them to you, but I do have pictures that I can put in. So I will briefly go over those items, and just remember they're not officially part of the 10 by 10, but I chose my long black wool coat and also my short Abercrombie Sherpa coat. For shoes, I was either wearing my Doc Marten Oxfords or my Adidas Sambas with the red trim. And for bags, I chose my Empire 21 from Coach. It's a chocolate brown color, and I just thought it would add a nice contrast since the capsule has a lot of black. And then I also chose my metallic Coach Juliet 25. I thought that that bag actually worked really well with most of the pieces that I pulled. Now for the 10 items, I chose one dress. I picked out my Dulcie Pinafore dress. I'm just falling more and more in love with this dress, and I feel like I'm going to reach for it so much in this winter season. Then I chose my light wash Target denim skirt. I picked this one because a lot of the capsule is very dark and I just wanted to have a nice contrast. Then I picked my Grasser 700 trousers out of this black pinstripe suiting. I also picked my new Abercrombie loose jeans in this leopard print. I just thought it would be really fun to add a little bit of pattern. Then my final bottom for the capsule is my Closet Core Jude jeans. These are a flare leg jean with a high waist in a really dark wash denim. Moving on to tops, I chose my I Am Pearl blouse that I just finished out of this gray leopard print. I would not pair this with the Abercrombie leopard print. I think that'd be a little bit of overkill, but I feel like this top goes with all of the other bottoms in the capsule. Then I have my white Helen's Closet Cameron button-up shirt. This is a very reliable item for me that I've had for several years now. I think I made it in 2022. Then I have my merino jersey Francis tee that I made a couple of years ago, and I actually lost it last year. I just couldn't find it for the whole year, and then it mysteriously reappeared this year, and I'm so glad to have it back because it's such a great basic. A black turtleneck is just so versatile, and this one is nice and warm because it's merino. Then for layering pieces, I chose my Butterick vest. I think it's 6901 is the number. All of the links to the patterns will be down in the description box. This vest matches the Grasser trousers. They're made out of the same fabric. And I really enjoyed wearing this since I finished it. Because it's winter, I'm not going to be wearing it on its own. I'll always wear it over something else, but you definitely can wear it on its own when the weather is warmer. And then finally, I chose my red cotton cardigan that I made a few months ago using the Knitter's Handy Book of Patterns. Even though this is cotton, it's still relatively thick. I think it was made out of a DK weight yarn. So it's been plenty warm so far by layering it over the other tops. So those are all of the pieces in my 10 by 10 capsule, and now I'm going to send you to the outfits day by day as I wore them. Today is day 1 of my 10 by 10 challenge, and it's Saturday. It's supposed to be a high of 43 degrees today, and it's not supposed to rain. For my outfit, I'm wearing my red cotton sweater over my merino jersey turtleneck. Then I have on my dark wash Jude jeans, which I know are a little bit too short. I accidentally made them too short, and they've actually shrunk a little bit more as I've worn them. And then I'm just wearing my red Adidas. So on my agenda today, I need to film, edit, and upload a video, which is probably going to take most of the morning. And then I have some mending that I would like to do, but if I'm going to be honest, I probably won't end up doing it because usually the filming process saps my energy, so I don't know if I'm going to have enough left in the tank to actually do anything else today. I might end up just chilling and doing some household chores. So before I let you go, I'm going to put on my coat and my handbag to finish off the outfit, and I'll be right back. So here's the full outfit. In all honesty, this coat's maybe a little bit of overkill for these particular weather conditions, but I did say I wanted to just stick to 2 coats to make my life easier, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'm carrying my brown bag today. And I also have on a brown belt just for a little bit of contrast with all of the black. So that's it for today, and I'll be back tomorrow. Day 2 of my 10 by 10 challenge. It's Sunday, and the high today is supposed to be 46, and it is raining outside right now. Today I'm wearing my white cotton button-up shirt, which I really need to think about replacing because not only is it tight in the upper back, now it's even tight in the biceps. So I do think it's probably time to seriously consider making a new version of this shirt. I'm also wearing my butterick pinstripe vest, along with my Abercrombie leopard jeans, my Doc Marten Oxfords, and I will also be wearing my black wool coat and my Coach Empire 21 bag. I'll put those on for you in a second. So Sundays are mostly my relaxation day. I need to do a few chores today. This morning I've already gotten up early and cut out my next project. I'll probably do some knitting, probably watch some football. So that's what's on my agenda for today. I will put on my coat and my bag just so you can see what that looks like, and then I will see you again tomorrow. Today is Monday and it's a work from home day. The high temperature today is supposed to be 47 degrees and it is not supposed to rain. For my outfit today, I am wearing my leopard print I Am Pearl blouse that I just finished, along with my wool Dulcie pinafore. I have on some gray sweater tights and my Doc Martens. And I also have this shawl that I just threw over my shoulders because it's a little bit chilly working from my desk downstairs. And also you can't see it, but I am wearing a merino jersey Zoe tank as an underlayer just for a little bit more warmth. So I am almost certainly overdressed for a work from home day, but it just goes to show that you can wear a dress and be a little bit more polished looking, but still be incredibly comfortable. I've been wanting to pair these 2 pieces together ever since I finished them, and I just really like the way that it looks. So before I leave you, I'm just going to put on my coat and my handbag so you can see what that looks like in the final outfit. So give me a second and I'll be right back. So today I decided to go with my Abercrombie Sherpa bomber jacket and also my Coach metallic purse. And this coat is very, very warm and cozy, but it also kind of feels like I'm wearing a marshmallow because it's really, really thick and puffy. So I don't tend to wear it that often, but I do like it. So that's my final outfit for today, and I'm all ready to walk the dog, even though it's only like 8 o'clock in the morning, so I won't be doing that just yet. So that's all I have for you today, and I'll be back again tomorrow. It's day 4 of the 10 by 10 challenge. Today is Tuesday. It's supposed to be a high of 56 degrees today, so a lot warmer than it has been, and it's not going to rain, which is nice. So today I'm wearing all the layers. I actually didn't plan all that well because I'm really, really warm right now and it's not that cold outside, but I am wearing my red cotton sweater. Then I have on my butterick vest with the matching grasser pants. This is a wool rayon suiting blend. I have on my merino jersey turtleneck, and I went with my Adidas Sambas. I did originally have on my Doc Martens, but it just felt a little bit too heavy with all of the dark colors. So I felt like I needed something to lighten it up a little bit. I did go ahead and I brought up my white Sherpa jacket to wear, but it's just going to be way too warm for that. I don't even know that I necessarily need a jacket with all these layers, but I will put my bag on so you can see what that looks like. I do need to run to the post office today, so I think I'll probably just go like this. And I just wanted to chat a little bit about something I observed from days 2 and 3 of the challenge. So yesterday afternoon, I went through and I edited all the footage that I've taken so far, and I noticed that in days 2 and 3 on camera, they did not look good to me. They both looked a little bit frumpy, whereas when I was actually wearing them during the day, I thought it looked good. I felt comfortable. It felt like my style. But there were little things that I noticed, like with the leopard print pants, having the white shirt untucked just made my legs look even shorter. And then yesterday when I was wearing the dress with the gray tights and my Oxfords, that also made my legs look shorter because the tights weren't black and it wasn't quite as seamless. So I guess it was something that just made me think about, like, how much does it matter how other people perceive me versus how I feel about myself? Because I would be lying if I said that I don't care what anybody else thinks. Of course, we all want to think that, but we're human beings and this is not really how we're wired, or not most of us anyway. And so seeing myself through the camera was almost like looking at the outfit from someone else's perspective. And that's when I was thinking like, oh wow, that really looks kind of frumpy. But at the same time, when I was actually wearing the outfits, I was comfortable. I felt good about myself. I felt confident. So it's just something that I'm kind of thinking about, like how to balance those two things, how I feel versus how I'm perceived. Because on both of those days, I was just at home or walking the dog, like I wasn't going anywhere special. I wasn't going to work. So I think I'm more on the side of I don't really care that much as long as I feel good. But there are other times when I might feel differently and I might actually want to make some different styling choices in order to look a little bit more streamlined, in order to look a little bit less cut off. It's just an observation that struck me and I thought I would bring it up in this video. I'm not necessarily looking for you guys to criticize me and say like, yeah, that looked awful, you shouldn't have worn that. But just sort of more about how you think about your own life and your own wardrobe, the styling choices that you make. How do you find that balance between how you feel versus how others might see you? Which end of the spectrum do you come out on? I would love to hear your thoughts. Okay, we're filming this sequence in reverse today because I actually just already did it and then realized that I had not turned my microphone on, so I'm doing it again. I'm pretty sure it's day 5 of the challenge. It is Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving, and I have the day off. So on my agenda today, I am going to film a video because I do have extra time off that I wouldn't normally have, so I'm trying to take advantage of it. Then I have some errands to run, and the rest of the day I'll probably just chill and relax since I have a day off. The high temperature for today is supposed to be 56 degrees, which is another really warm day for where I live. So I may not need this wool coat, but for now I'm wearing it. You're getting a little glimpse of the full look with my coat and my bag, and I'm going to take these off so you can see the outfit underneath. So I'm wearing my white cotton button-up shirt underneath my wool pinafore dress. Because this combination is fairly plain, I wanted to add some texture with my vintage Burberry scarf, and I'm also wearing my lace tights along with my black Oxfords. Because the bottom half is now all black, I'm hoping that looks a little bit better than the previous outfit did, but if it doesn't, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm on vacation, so I can pretty much dress however I want. So that's pretty much it for me today, and I will see you again tomorrow. We're over halfway there. It's Thursday, and it's actually Thanksgiving here in the US. And I woke up this morning to snow on the ground, so it is a great deal colder than it was yesterday. For my outfit, I'm wearing my I Am Patterns pearl top, my butterick vest, and my Target denim skirt, along with some black sweater tights and my Oxfords. I've realized since I've been doing this challenge that a lot of my pieces are very dark in color, and so I feel like adding this light wash denim skirt just adds a little bit of a different dimension than I've had previously. I'm also feeling this time around that I'm a little bit less stressed about repeating the same items again and again. Before, when I've done 10 by 10s, I always went through every single outfit and made sure that every day the outfits were distinct from each other. I wasn't wearing the same pieces day after day after day. But this time around, I'm a little bit more relaxed about it. I'm just choosing an outfit, putting it on, and not worrying so much about whether I've repeated it already. And I'm enjoying that aspect of the challenge. It's a little bit less stress-free than it has been in the past. Really, my only main concern for this challenge is making sure that I'm dressed appropriately for the weather because it's been very, very different. I mean, it was like almost 60 degrees yesterday, and today it's really, really cold. But that's what layers are for. I do have on my merino jersey Zoe tank underneath, so I can have a little bit more warmth on my core. So in addition to being Thanksgiving Day, this also happens to be the anniversary of my and my husband's relationship. It's not our wedding anniversary, but it is the day when we decided that we were going to be a couple. So it's been 19 years, and I just feel incredibly lucky and blessed that I found the right person for me. So we're just going to celebrate Thanksgiving with the two of us and enjoy each other's company. That's all that I have for you today, and I will see you again tomorrow. Today is Friday, and my outfit for today is actually one of my favorites, I think. I'm wearing my white cotton shirt over my merino jersey turtleneck. I have on my pinstripe trousers and my Adidas. And I'll show you in a minute, I'm carrying the brown Coach bag and I wore my white Sherpa coat. I decided to go ahead and end the challenge a little bit early, so today is going to be my last day, and I will sit down and do a reflection and talk about the challenge, and I'll explain a little bit more why I decided to end it early. But going back to this outfit, I think this one is one of my favorites because it just feels very 90s minimalist to me, and I just really like the look. I think it'd be really great to wear to work, and the shoes make it a little bit more casual. But if I wanted to dress it up, I could wear ankle boots or flats if I were wearing it to work. It's another cold, snowy day outside, and I already went out earlier, and so I definitely needed my full-on winter coat. But because I'm wearing the merino turtleneck, I definitely felt warm enough even when I was walking outside. As much as it pains me, after today, I am actually going to say goodbye to this Cameron button-up shirt because even though it's one of my favorites, it is too tight and constricting. And if I hold on to it until I replace it, I'll just never replace it because I don't need a white cotton shirt. I already have one. So I'm definitely going to get rid of this shirt in the hopes that it will force me to make a new one to replace it that actually fits me, because I do honestly wear this all the time. It's something that I consider a necessary basic in my wardrobe, but I just want one that actually fits me in my current size. So that wraps it up for me today. I will be back shortly with the reflections, so I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Before we get to my thoughts and feelings about the challenge, I'll just share with you what I am wearing. This is the Any Day sweatshirt by OOTD that I knit a couple of years ago, maybe in 2024, I think. And then my white t-shirt is the Victory Patterns Francis tee, made out of a cotton spandex jersey. Then I'm wearing my black Shenanigans skirt. I really, really love this skirt so much. I'm getting so much wear out of it. Then I just have on my patent leather Doc Marten boots. If you're enjoying this video so far, I would appreciate it so much if you would give me a thumbs up because it helps more people find my channel. And please consider subscribing if you haven't already. Thank you so much for your support. So how did I feel about this 10 by 10 and why did I decide to stop early? Well, a lot of it was practicality reasons. I actually know that I easily could have kept going and coming up with new outfit combinations. I really liked all of the pieces in my capsule, but after 7 days, I really needed to do laundry. And because it's winter, I don't dry everything that I have in the dryer. And so I really would have needed to launder my items and then lay some of them flat to dry. That would have taken a couple of days. So I would have needed to suspend the challenge while I was waiting for things to dry. Then I would have had to resume the challenge. And that just seemed like too much of a fuss, especially when I felt like I already got out of the challenge what I was wanting to get. And I know I could have come up with more outfit combos. It wasn't any kind of a struggle for me. So I just decided to call it for that reason. Also, not for nothing, because I am deciding to double the amount of videos that I'm posting in December. I'm filming a lot, and having to do daily filming every day to share my outfit with you was getting to be a little bit too much, and I don't want to burn myself out. So those were the reasons I decided to stop the challenge early. It wasn't anything to do with that I was struggling or I wasn't enjoying it. And so what I've learned from doing this 10 by 10 that's been different from other 10 by 10s is that I just feel like I was a lot more relaxed this time. Now, to be fair, because I did it during a holiday week, I didn't have to go to the office one time. So I wasn't really stressed about repeating the same pieces day after day after day. Whereas other times that I've done the challenge where I was going to work maybe 5 days a week, it was really important to me not to wear like that red sweater like 2 days in a row because I just think that would have been a bit much. Even though I know that people at work don't really care, they're not judging me or anything, but just for my own personal feelings, I wouldn't have wanted to repeat like really distinct looking pieces multiple days in a row. But because I was at home, I didn't really have to stress about that. And I'm also just trying to get better about getting over myself and like understanding that nobody else cares what I wear. So even if I wore my leopard print jeans to the office every single day for a whole week, probably no one would even notice. So I do think that the challenge was good for me in that way, and that it kind of helped me to get past some of my own hangups about repeating things. Another thing that I feel like I learned from this challenge is that this color palette that I chose was very much in my wheelhouse. It felt very comfortable to me. I didn't feel like I was stretching myself at all. It's some of my favorite color combinations that I go back to over and over and over again. However, it did also remind me that I do like variety. Like, I love this color palette, but I would not want that to be my permanent color palette, that that's the only colors that I wear, because I would eventually get tired of it. So I know that staying within a strict color palette works for so many people, and I'm extremely happy for you if that's your thing. But for me, I need a little bit more variety. I need just a little bit more interest in the things that I wear. I felt like this time with the pieces that I chose, I did a good job of actually choosing statement pieces and including them. It wasn't just basics, because when I've tried it in the past, I definitely get bored and I get really sick of a capsule wardrobe if everything is a basic. But even with the increased color and variety of print, I do still find that I crave something different every now and then. Like, ever since I stopped doing the challenge and I was able to wear whatever I wanted, I really enjoyed that and I took advantage of it. So it just reinforces for me really that a full-time capsule just isn't for me. But I do think it can be useful every now and then as an exercise in creativity and just getting me to try something a little bit different. So I'm really happy that I did do it, but it's just not something that I want to rely on all the time. The third thing that I learned, and if I can just take a moment to pat myself on the back, I feel really proud of myself this fall and winter that I feel like the pieces that I have added to my closet were all really thought through very carefully. I took my time with the sewing, and every single one of those new pieces I feel just fits so seamlessly into my closet, and I absolutely love each one. Like, even though I was wearing the same things day after day, I was still so excited to like pull out my pinafore dress and put it on and just feel like, wow, I made this. Like, I just feel like I've come so far in my sewing journey and I'm making the right decisions now. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I feel like I'm definitely on the right track as far as where I want to go with my wardrobe and my style. And I almost think that even though I didn't plan for all of these pieces to go together so seamlessly, because I've just done a better job of being able to hone in on what actually works for me and just leaving out the pieces that are maybe trendier or not even trends, because I still feel like I can incorporate trends when they work for me and I feel fine with that. But just filtering out the noise, I guess. All the things that other people are wearing that maybe look good on other people, but just aren't really my style. I'm getting better at just eliminating those things from my wardrobe. Now, not everything was positive about this challenge, but I think it's actually sort of a positive outcome. That white Cameron shirt just doesn't fit me anymore, and it feels so uncomfortable. And I think that by forcing myself to wear it multiple days during the challenge, it really hammered home for me that I need to replace it. Because when I'm wearing it just, once every week or every 2 weeks, I put it on and it feels uncomfortable, but I say to myself, well, it's not really that bad. I don't wear it that often. But when I was forced to wear it like several days within a short time frame, it just really hammered it home for me that like, this shirt doesn't fit you. You need to get rid of it and replace it. So now that I have filmed everything for you and I can show it to you, I am going to go ahead and say goodbye to that shirt. I'm going to harvest the buttons and keep them and then send it to textile recycling because there's some stains and things that I can't get out. So I don't really feel good about passing it on to anyone else, but I need to get it out of my wardrobe because if I hold on to it, then I'm never going to make a replacement. So even though I feel a little bit sad because I really am attached to that shirt, so I guess there's like a little bit of regret that I wasn't able to get more wear out of it or really like wear it out to its fullest, I guess. I do still feel good about the number of times that I was able to wear it and the knowledge that it is a staple in my wardrobe. It's something that I would always want to have. So I think I'm ready to gracefully send it on to its final resting place and then make a new one that does fit me well. And I'm sure I'll be so much happier once I actually do that. So those are my reflections for my winter 10 by 10 capsule. I highly encourage you, if you're feeling stuck in your wardrobe or you're just not really sure how you want pieces to mix and match together, I highly encourage you just to try it out because I just find that it's a really fun exercise. And even though it's hard sometimes, I just get a lot of information about my clothes. And at the end of the challenge, I never regret doing it, even though I might not have always gone perfectly, and maybe I don't want to do it again for quite a long time. I do think that it's a valuable exercise and that if you did try it, you would learn a lot about your wardrobe. So think about giving it a try if you've never done one before. If you want even more 10 by 10 inspiration, I will put a link to my previous video where I did this back in the fall a couple of years ago. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again in the next video.